FOOTBRAWLERS, welcome back to another edition of FOOTBRAWLER TV. Your commish, Big fucking Willis in the house. Today we have the BOW, 2 weeks in a row, Mikey High. Welcome back to the show, bro.
What's up, man?
Back-to-back BOWs, back-to-back high scores. Team looking extra strong. How's it feel, man?
It feels good. You know, I've had a lot of weeks where I won my matchup, but I lost to BOW by 3 points, by 4 points, by 2 points. So I've had a lot of very close BOWs. I feel very privileged to win back-to-back BOW. It feels good. The team is strong. The team is healthy. I've had a couple of trades that helped me out along the way. But the team's strong, and it's, getting stronger week by week. Great.
As you know, Brawlers, today's show is sponsored by your alcoholic beverage of choice. Mine is a Budweiser. What are you drinking on over there, Mikey?
I'm over here in Minnesota. It's a little cold. I had to tip the guy a little extra to take the beer back to the room, but I got Minnesota's finest IPA.
Nice. Cheers.
Cheers, brother.
A couple questions we're going to get into is, last week when you were on the show, I still can't get over it. Last week when you were on the show, you admitted to having a smaller cock than your brother. And a lot of guys want to admit that. Do you want to take that back? Was it true? What happened with that?
Fellas, I would like to go back to that wonderful text message that I sent last week. Unfortunately, I seeing myself a little too much on TV, so I was not able to attend last week. But my fake twin brother stepped in my place, but I did do stats, and the stats do say that the brother that is born first, which I am born by 1 minute, is at least 2 inches longer. So that is a fact. You can Google it. You can WikiLeaks it. It's all there. Google it. So by fact, I am larger.
Okay, Michael, clearly going insane because you were on the show last week and taking back what he said. My second question to you is, what do we got to look forward to in your team that everybody doesn't know about? Who's the shocker? Who's your sleeper that's already on your team?
So obviously everybody already knows about the big guys, the top-notch receivers. What I'm going to look at is the trade I did for Melvin Gordon. He's obviously a top running back. That was a big-time trade because I did a 3-for-1 trade there. And then outside of that, it's Zach Miller. He's a waiver wire pickup that I had. And this guy is the number 3 tight end in fantasy football right now and produces week in and week out. So if I could get, between 12 and 18 points from him, that's going to take me a long way. Yeah, that'll help you win that BOW because your team is already strong, as we know from the week 1 power rankings that everybody says are not accurate. But I was number 3 or number 4, and I'm in second place. You were number 1 and you're in first place. Rayon was number 3, and he's in third place. The power rankings don't lie. And we're in week 8, and it's showing. How'd you sneak by last week with a win? With not only a win, getting the BOW with 6 bye weeks. You know what? It's last week and even the week before that, I came close to winning the BOW, and I have just been crushed with these bye weeks. But early on in the draft, it goes back to taking Tom Brady. I took Tom Brady in the 4th round. I took Derek Carr at the 6th. Traded Derek Carr for Melvin Gordon. Tom Brady got me 39 points. Melvin Gordon got me like 30. When you could get 70 points between 2 players, it's going to be hard to beat me. So even with all those BOWs, I was able to get high production from Tom Brady and from Melvin Gordon. And the other guys, did their part. Mike Evans didn't even have a good game, but I was still able to get BOW. So
yeah, you mean all those buys, not all those BOWs, but we get you. All right, let's jump right into these picks. Game number 1 at 6-2, the commish versus 2-6 primetime. I put up a decent 167 points last week. I think I'm going to do a little higher this week. Look for A-Rod to go off versus Indy. And the last 2 games, he's had 40-plus attempts. When Aaron Rodgers does that, look for him to score in the high 30s. That's old-school Aaron Rodgers right there. The second guy on my team you're going to have to look for is Demaryius Thomas versus Oakland. They're the worst pass defense in the NFL. The only team to go under 30 points, the only wide receiver combo to go under 30 total is the Titans, and they don't even throw the ball. They had 18. Corey had a measly 136 points last week. Carlos Hyde versus New Orleans. They're the worst run D in the NFL. He should have a huge game. And Amari Cooper at Denver is terrible. The best pass defense in the NFL. Commish takes this.
You know what? I'm on board with you there. I have to go with the commissioner. Rodgers got off to a rocky start. A lot of people were questioning him, but Aaron Rodgers, like you said, relax. everyone else here needs to relax. He's a stud. Le'Veon Bell coming back from the suspension is a beast. The one guy that I see you starting that's a little weak is Beasley. But when you look at Eli Manning on Corey's team, and you look at Gurley, and when you look at Cooper going up against the Denver defense, I think you walk away with you're going to crush them this week. So I picked the commissioner as well.
It should be fairly easy. Okay, game number 2. The 4-4 Gunslingers versus the 2-6 Clowns. How disappointing for this guy. He's having a terrible year. Moose is coming off a streak too, but not a win streak. He's coming off 3 chumps in a row and his 4th on the season. It's getting ugly. He might set the record and take Edo's 6 chumps in 1 year. Moose has 4 games to do that. Look for Dak Prescott to have a great game versus Cleveland. Why not? Look for Booker to have a great game versus... wait, hold on. Prescott's playing Cleveland, and Booker is playing... who are they playing? Devontae Booker. Who's Denver playing?
Are they playing Oakland?
Yeah, they're playing. Yeah, Denver's playing Oakland, and they got it. That's what I meant to write. I wrote Cleveland here twice. But that's a good start too. Moose, you got the wrong Tampa Bay running back in there. Go get Smith. If you're gonna have Barber in there, go get Smith.
And he's already picked up.
Yeah. Oh, he's gone. Well, then Moose should have Hightower in his lineup because Hightower is gonna. I think Smith is gonna get the totes out there, but whatever. On Sean's gunsling team, Matt Ryan versus Tampa. Carr shredded him for 49 and 4 touches last week. I think Ryan could do the same thing. What scares me is this Thursday night, and nobody's performed on Thursday night this year except for Larry Fitzgerald. And for Sean's second player to do great and help him get this W for the first time is Zach Brown, his linebacker. He's against Seattle. Look for him to get 15-plus points. He leads the NFL in tackles, and he's the number 1 linebacker in the league. That was a sleeper. That's a huge. But I'm going with the underdog and an upset, and Moose takes this one.
Oh, you must be thinking that because your boy just got engaged. Moose, congratulations. I want to say that here. But, that ain't happening, man. Donald Trump, gunslingers, get out and vote, guys. Both these teams, are struggling. They're rough. For Moose, I don't see really any good, solid starters this week, and that's just because of matchups. I mean, Dak Prescott maybe, but you look at Peyton Barber, you look at Randall Cobb, who's a little banged up, Marvin Jones a little banged up. He doesn't even have a defensive tackle in there. Even for Donald Trump, man, you look at Matt Ryan against Tampa Bay. That's a favorable matchup. Outside of that, his matchups are not very strong at all. Allen Robinson has underperformed going against Kansas City. But Moose's team is just a little too weak, so I'm going with Donald Trump.
Game number 3, my ball Zach Ertz at 4-4 versus don't fucking worry about it at 6-2. Don't fucking worry about it. It's a pretty solid team.
Rough.
Look for his top scorer to be Delaney Walker versus San Diego. Now San Diego's not bad or good against tight ends. They're about average, but I feel like the Titans really don't have any receiving threat. And to be honest, I had a hard time finding a good matchup on this guy's team. Brandon Cooks versus San Francisco. Brandon Cooks has 3 TDs the last 3 weeks. He should get another one. Shouldn't be hard. Des Bryant for my ball Zach Ertz at Cleveland. Why not? He's got Emmanuel Sanders at Oakland. The same reasons I said for Demaryius Thomas. They're the worst pass defense in the NFL. And he's going to have a great game, him and Demaryius Thomas. Look for Zach Ertz to take this one fairly easy in an upset.
Yeah, you know what? I agree. I thought we would disagree on this one, but I'm going with my ball, Zach Ertz. Team, don't fucking worry about it. They have a solid team. I say I'm probably number 1. You're probably number 2. They're easily number 3 in a tight competition, but they have too many bye weeks. They got Jacquizz Rodgers starting, who's out. They have the Minnesota running back, who I don't even really know, but he's most likely going to be out this week. So that's 2 starters that they have out, plus like 5 or 6 guys on bye. So they're going to have to drop a stud to pick up a bum if they choose to go that route. Otherwise, they're just going to take the loss and look forward to next week. But I go forward to my ball, Zach Ertz, but I do not think that's strong. Russell Wilson's having a terrible year. His team's not that strong, but by default, my ball, Zach Ertz, takes it.
Game number 4, Titan Twin at 2-6, 4-4, Bobby Bam Bam Kush.
Bam Bam.
Adam had a good week last week. Probably his second highest score of the year since he played you with 190 points. I think it was week 2. So Adam has Travis Benji hurt. Adam has And he's going against Tennessee if he does play. Then you got Derek Carr at Denver or versus Denver. You have Latavius Murray versus Denver. Golden Tate at Minnesota. Jimmy Graham in Buffalo. These are terrible fucking matchups. His best matchup is Jarcanic West versus Jacksonville, but who the fuck knows? He's a third-string running back for a reason. Then you look at Cush. He's got Zeke at Cleveland. Why not? Devontae Adams in Indy. Why not?
Yep.
He needs a tight end. I'm sure he'll go get one. Bobby's team's solid. Look for Cush to take down Titan Twin.
I agree with you here. Titan Twin, my brother, this is one of the weakest teams I've ever seen him have. His matchups this week are not favorable. I could see him not even breaking 100 points. I'm going with Bam Bam here. He's got Jonathan Stewart, who's been banged up the whole year, but now he's getting healthy, and they're giving him the rock because they got to take some of that pressure off Cam Newton. Like you said, Devontae Adams is a stud, and Ezekiel Elliott is just going off behind that Dallas Cowboys O-line. I see Bam Bam absolutely smashing Adam this week.
I can see it too. Now, this is an interesting matchup because Adam, I see Adam every day. He told me that the reason he's doing so bad is because of 2 injuries. And I want to state this. Bobby auto-drafted his team. If you go look at the transactions, there's no team in our league with more transactions than Bobby. Bobby has 4 starters on his 4 guys on his team that were auto-drafted. Bobby's 4-4. Adam's 2-6. Bobby has made moves that are unbelievable. He has 4 guys that were drafted in his auto draft that are still on his team. So, hey man, you want to win? You go out there and you get those guys into free agency. Game number 5. What's up? No.
But I was gonna say I think it was the Moose. I thought Moose had 55 pickups. I was at like 48, and then Bobby. I'm not sure.
Oh, you know what? The last time I did check was about when Bobby. Let me see. 2 weeks ago is when I checked. The moves might have changed, but either way, Bobby's out there making moves, bro. He has 4 guys on his team since that were drafted. That's crazy. All right, game number 5. With 193 points, and on the show today is Who's Dave versus the 5-3 second to none. These are 2 tough teams, and it was very close to being a BOW. And for reasons I'll tell you after this in the BOW match, you'll find out. Look for Who's Dave, Antonio Brown to ball versus Baltimore. Big Ben is back, and if Big Ben is back, it's gonna.
Is Big Ben playing this week?
Big Ben's probably gonna play. It's gonna get ugly out there. All right. Now let me tell you something. The last 4 weeks, Baltimore has given up 55, 41, 65, and 44 points to wide receivers. Look for another 40 to 50 burger, all right? Not from Antonio Brown, but from the receivers combined with Brown getting the lion's share of that. Jameis Winston and Mike Evans, Thursday night under the lights. I used to be pumped about shit like that. This year, it's been ugly. The only guy to perform under the lights on Thursday has been Larry Fitzgerald. But Tampa did good against Atlanta earlier in this year. Jameis Winston, Mike Evans is a connection that is making a lot of noise. I don't know what to do with those guys. I'd be a little bit worried. And then for second to none, he has all bad matchups, man. You might say Drew Brees versus San Francisco is a good match, but if you go and check, Drew Brees has 1 game above 15 points away. When Drew Brees is away, he's not the same quarterback.
West Coast.
You never know what he's going to do. He might go out there and throw 30, but the chances are he's probably going to get 20 or under. All right? Then you got Sanu and Freeman on Thursday night. Those guys aren't as good as Jameis and Evans. So if Jameis and Evans take a shit on you, well, you know what? His might take a shit too. Your guys are a little bit better. Who takes this? Who's Dave? In a close match.
You know what? I think I blow him out. Again this week I do face a tough bye with Tom Brady being out, but I was able to pick up Jameis Winston a few weeks ago strategically for this matchup. Atlanta has the 32nd power ranking against the quarterback, so Jameis has a favorable matchup there. Mike Evans, I'm looking to go off. I get back Jarvis Landry. I get back Antonio Brown. My running backs are going strong, so I see my team going absolutely off here. Look for me to be back on the show again next week because the team is just too strong. If I'm not here, then it's you doing the interview by yourself because you went BOW. But you have Drew Brees. That's one guy that could go off against the Chargers. But other than that, Crabtree against Denver. Look for this guy to get locked down. And this guy's starting Jeremy Curley.
Yeah, it's ugly. It's ugly.